Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm here with a review of Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans 2 on Xbox. Now, this was released on the 22nd of September 2023, developed by Trinity team and published by In Games, and I was lucky enough to be sent a copy of this game for this review, so big thank you to them for that. Now, this is a sequel to the 2017 brawler Slaps and Bean. Now, Slaps and Beans is a game based on Italian actors called Terence Hill and Bud Spencer. Now, they made like action comedies and spaghetti western films and stuff like that in the sort of late 60s through the 70s to the sort of 80s. Now, I must say, I've never heard of them apart from in this game, but they apparently are quite big, so a lot of times it's probably just because they're probably bigger in sort of like Italy and stuff like that than in the UK. But if you are a fan of those classic films, then this is probably right up your alley. Now, like I say, this is a sequel, more of the same, and the story picks up where the first game left off. So if you haven't played the first game, I'd recommend playing that one through first, just so you kind of get why the characters are where they are and why they're starting out on a raft and stuff like that. It's not the end of the world. You don't really need to know the story so much, because this is like a old school sort of action beat 'em up game, very much like Streets of Rage and stuff like that. That's what it definitely reminds me of. Now, you can play this single player, or you can play this multiplayer. Now, if you're playing it single player, you can flick between both the characters on the fly. Sometimes you need one of the characters, Bud, who's stronger to break things. Sometimes you need the other character, Terence, to get to higher places because you've got a better jump and stuff like that. Now, this has a revised and improved version of the combat system that was in the first game. So they've learned what wasn't working and they've made it work. So that's really good that they've not just like rehashed the same thing. That is good that they've improved how the game looks. It's got new environment dynamics as well, so you can like pick things up, you can break things, you can climb on things, you can interact with a lot of things as well. And also, it progressively adds enemies as the difficulty increases. So it feels very much like they've learned from the misgivings of the first game and have improved it into the second game. Now, you're not just doing like side-scrolling, fighting and stuff like that. There are also a load of like mini games spread out through the game that you have to do. Some of these are fun, some of them aren't as fun, but it's nice that it sort of breaks up the generic sort of side-scrolling combat and stuff like that with these silly little games. Now, on Xbox, this is playable up to 4-player locally. So this is for the mini games only. So you can play the main game co-op, or you can play the mini games only up to 4 players, and it's all about basically beating your friends, getting the highest score and stuff like that. Now, overall, it's not a bad little game. Like I say, some of it's great, some of it's a little... It doesn't always control exactly how you'd like, and there's a lot of sort of repetition in the combat. Very much similar to all these other types of games, though. The sort of things you've come to like expect from like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, those sort of things. Now, it does run well on Xbox. It's optimized for Series X and S with like 60 FPS, which is nice. And it does have a lot of great sort of humorous dialogue to it as well, which is really cool. And while this is a new game, it does have a very retro-looking feel to the game. It looks like you're playing it on like an old computer or an arcade machine. They've done a fantastic job with the look and sounds. Now, you can pick this up on Xbox. It's priced at £17.99. Playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S consoles with smart delivery. It's also available on PC and other platforms, including PlayStation and the Switch. And if you enjoyed the first game, this is an absolutely great sequel that does improve on the original game in pretty much every way. If you've never played the original, if you like sort of side-scrolling beat-em-up fighters, you like your sort of final fights and stuff like that, you like fun little mini games, this literally is something you should give it a try, because like I say, you might be surprised at how much you do actually enjoy it. But like I say, it's available right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard about the movies. I never had. But in terms of gameplay and enjoyment, it's a fun little game that you can play solo or with friends. But that's it for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more content. Bye for now.